Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dilmer again and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about learning and how do I apply learning into what I do in the real world, which is making games and making apps. So in the past few weeks I've been doing a lot of Swift language programming. I didn't really know the language. I had no idea how to create a program using Swift, but I have experience with creating applications using other programming languages such as C Sharp, C++, I've also done Python, and I use many different frameworks. So picking up a new language wasn't that complicated at the beginning, but I gotta tell you that I was really afraid of actually jumping into Swift, and the reason for that is because I was afraid of investing on a new language and maybe possibly minimizing the efficiency that I have towards my project. So, so we always I always hear people talk about, I want to learn this, I want to learn that, and they go and read about it. They go online, they sign up for courses, they go to conferences, they take tutorials, but what I see as a pattern is they actually never get to apply it. Like they learn about it, they read about it, but they never actually do anything with it. So what I want to get you into thinking is always don't think about the now, and it's gonna be hard, and come up with excuses that are really not towards your vision. So when I think about something new, and if I'm learning a new language, I always think about the long term. I always ask the question, am I going to be using this for multiple projects? Is this going to be just, I do it now, I learn it now, and I never use it? So if I look at this new tool, this new programming language, and I say, okay, I have Objective-C and I have Swift, which one is going to go away, or which one is going to be beneficial for me in the future? And as a professional, which one is going to benefit me, and why do I want to learn it? And if I look at Objective-C, yeah, I know Objective-C. I can keep applying those concepts to Objective-C. I'm pretty familiar with that language. But now, if I look at Swift, there's been a lot of contributions to Swift lately. There's a lot of open source solutions that I can use. A lot of plugins, a lot of Git. So there's a lot of interest in this language. So, and this applies to anything that you do, that you do in long term. Just don't always try to do things just because you know how to do those things that way. Always look at better ways. So always look at how you can grow. And that's for me. That's the way that I see Swift. It wasn't that I just wanted to look cool because I know a new programming language, or I wanted to try something new. But I also wanted to benefit from what's being created by the world, by developers. And Swift, to me, it's what I see as growing, what I see as being more adopted by more people and more developers. Where Objective-C, I see it as it's kind of its legacy. That's what macOS started with. So that's kind of why I landed on Swift. And like I said, this applies to everything that you do. So with learning something new, like I was saying, there's an investment that comes with, right? You're not gonna be as quick, as efficient, because you know how to do it the old way. You're gonna be much faster. But if you think about, in the Objective-C and Swift example that I was just telling you, yeah, it might be faster Objective-C, but there's gonna be a lot more open source projects in Swift that I can leverage from. There's gonna be a lot more tools. So it makes sense to learn Swift, and yes, there's gonna be an investment around it. So I'm gonna be slow when it comes to creating a new application, creating a new game, creating any kind of new tool around that language. I know I'm gonna be much slower. However, I know I'm gonna set myself for success for the future. So that's pretty much how I see learning something new. And it was the same thing with another video that I did, where I was used to doing projects in a waterfall methodology, where I wanted to do it all at once. I wasn't really used to using Agile as a methodology. So that learning, shifting from one way to another took me a long time, and now it's much different than that because I get used to change. So getting used to change is one of the key skills that you have to grow. So with learning a new technology, always look at it that way. Always look at the long term. Don't always think about now. Yes, you're gonna be slower, but you know, in the last few weeks, I've been learning Swift, and it's crazy to me that I was able to not only learn a language, but actually to apply the learning to an actual tool. So another recommendation that I would say that I would give you is not only learn the language by reading or watching videos, make sure by all means that whatever it is new that you're learning, you're actually setting a project. Make sure that you have an idea before you start learning something just because you know the whole world is learning it. So yeah, what I recommend is, you know, come up with a project idea, make it small enough that you can turn that project into, you know, a learning lesson. And for me, anything that I learn, I offer as a product. So for Swift, I'm actually making a tool that it's written in Swift that I'm gonna offer to the community, that I'm gonna offer for people to use. And not only it was just a tutorial that I archive, and yeah, I did it, I actually turned it into an actual product. So anything that I do, I turn into a product, I turn into something that is usable. And that has been my experiences. Anything that I create, I want to make sure that I not only, you know, the learning process is amazing, but make sure that you apply that learning process into doing. You want to make sure that you do, not just think about it and dream about it. Just become a doer. And yeah, a lot of people say it's better to be a doer than, you know, than a dreamer, than a thinker. What I think it's there's got to be a balance. I think we want to be thinkers, we want to be dreamers, and we also want to apply those concepts to things that people can actually use. So just make sure that you always have that in your mind. You always want to be doing and creating, not only learning. Always make sure that you have a balance. I would say 60% creating, 40% learning, and then, you know, combining those two is going to make you into a better, you know, a better business person, a better creator, a better innovator. So I hope this was helpful. This was my honest opinions about, you know, what I do for learning and what I think you should be applying for your learning. So thank you again for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.